Hello weaving friends, something a little bit different from me today. I have been really prioritizing my health this year, and sometimes I get so busy that I have to choose, am I going to make a video today or am I going to get my walk in? And I really wanted to do both today, and so I decided to do both at the same time. So you are joining me on my walk today. Hopefully I'm not too breathless. If you are on a health journey as well, I greatly encourage you, because when you prioritize it, great things start to happen. And sometimes the steps are very small, the progress is very small. But when you have an illness, any progress you can make is a really good thing, and it can just make such a difference to lift you up out of whatever situation you're in. So I encourage you, keep going. If you have started, do some gentle exercise, eat really good food, drink lots of water, get enough sleep, and do all those things that are really good for you. It will make a difference. Be patient, it will happen. So today's topic, I'm going to talk about ways that you and we can support online creators this year. Because this year has been quite different. Lots of economic changes, lots of changes in the world, and things are just a little bit uncertain, aren't they? And certainly online creators have also experienced changes this year. So I thought it might be helpful for all of us to talk about things that we can do to support online creators, and I'm going to present this from my own standpoint because that's what I have experience with, but also because so many online creators, we do make our incomes in quite similar ways. So it's going to be relevant to a lot of people. So the first and most obvious way, if you know me already and know my situation, is to purchase classes or designs from me. I am a weaving teacher, I teach online, and I also sell my designs online so that you can weave beautiful things at home. And those two things, the online weaving school and my design shop where I sell my designs, they are the places that I make most of my income. But there are other ways as well that bring in smaller pieces of income that are really also very helpful. Now, some of you might be thinking, hey, I'm in a situation where I can't even afford to buy a ball of yarn, let alone a class or one of your designs or patterns. And I'm like, yeah, totally understand that. I know that tons of people at the moment are prioritizing food and clothing and utilities, rent, stuff like that, just living expenses. But for you, there are still ways that you can absolutely support your favorite creators online without necessarily having to spend anything. So a few ways that you can do that are, well, obviously by watching us on YouTube. Now, I will say that this year, Google AdSense have really, really cut the amounts that they are paying to creators. And I don't know why. I don't know if it's just a result of the general economic situation, that advertisers aren't paying as much as they used to. I don't know if they've decided to get a bit greedy and take a bit more of a cut. All I know is that my Google AdSense income, which I derive from YouTube and also from my blog, have really decreased this year. But regardless of that, creators are still earning income from Google AdSense. And so if you read my blog articles and you watch me here on YouTube, that does help to support me. Another way is if your favorite creator is on social media, by interacting with our posts, that doesn't help us directly financially, but it helps in general for us to build ourselves as a brand name. And also, it helps to not feel like you're just talking to yourself on social media. It is really nice when you go to the effort of making a post for social media and people like it, they interact with it, they comment, you can comment back. And it's just a nice conversation. And it helps us to build up our social media accounts. That can lead to things like possible brand deals, with larger companies and that sort of thing, because if you have a larger social media following, generally you will be taken more seriously as a brand. Now, I have a lot of free content online, and that's been very intentional from the beginning for me, that I wanted to reach people in all different situations. So I've always tried to balance out my paid content with my free content. And so, for example, on my blog, if you go on there, you will find a bunch of free projects. A lot of them have downloadable PDFs. I've done a lot of extra work so that I can include everybody in this wonderful circle of learning weaving. Anything that I'm talking about in this video, you'll find links for it down below if you didn't know about it. Another way to support creators that's really important, and that has basically allowed me to build my weaving business, is by word of mouth. So when you take one of my classes or you do one of my patterns, whether it's a free one or whatever, whether you just watched a free video of mine on YouTube, doesn't matter whether it's free or paid content. If you share that with somebody else because you genuinely like it, or because you think it will help them, or you thought it was great or whatever, then that is the best form of advertising that you could possibly do for me. As a business, I have actually not done any paid advertising, and I started this business 8 years ago. And the reason for that is because of all of you. My community has done the advertising for me. And that is that is so powerful and so amazing. So don't forget to tell people when you find something that you really like that's going to help out a creator. So those are the main free ways that you can support your favorite creators. But there's also another way that's not completely free, but it's not directly buying something as such. Let me see ways that you can support your favorite creators. But there's also another way that's not completely free, but it's not directly buying something as such. Let me explain. Convertkit, for Teachable, for Skillshare, for Revolution Fibers, for so quite a few companies that I'm an affiliate for. And what it means is that if you use my affiliate link when you shop with these companies, I will get a certain percentage, and it's usually really quite a small percentage, but depending on how much you're spending, depending on how many people are buying, then that can really add up and help creators. Now, I know that not necessarily everyone is going out buying weaving equipment at the moment or anything like that, but if you are picking up a couple of tools from the Woolery, wherever it is you do your normal weaving shopping, just by using my link, because I'm recommending them to you, they give me that little percentage as a thank you. And I was thinking about Amazon. I know that not everybody shops on Amazon. I'll support you. Whatever you want to do is fine. I don't expect anybody to shop on Amazon if they don't want to. But I know that a lot of people do shop on Amazon. And when you do, you're not necessarily buying weaving stuff. It's not necessarily related. But that's fine, because when you use my Amazon affiliate link and then you go shopping on Amazon for 24 hours after you commence that shopping session, those purchases will still be credited to me, and I'll still be getting a percentage on that. I get from Amazon between 1% and 5%, and it'll be the same for most creators. Again, it's not a lot of money, but I was thinking, a lot of people, they do their grocery shopping on Amazon. They buy shoes on Amazon. They buy clothes. They buy books. They buy so many different things because it's such a massive marketplace with so much availability. So if each person who follows me here on YouTube, if they actually used my Amazon links each time they did their Amazon shopping, that would just be amazing. And that really could make all the difference to a creator who's struggling a little bit. If you just do your regular shopping, but you happen to use the person's link, that could be pretty powerful. It doesn't cost you anything extra. It's shopping that you were going to do anyway. and yet somebody else benefits from it. Now, the last way that I'm going to mention today that you can support me in particular, and a lot of other creators are doing this now too, is that I now have a paid newsletter. I've made it very low cost, so it's $5 a month, and the newsletters are fortnightly. And the idea of doing this newsletter is that you get to be in my inner circle. So if you really enjoy my content online, but you want a little bit more from me, the paid newsletter could be just the thing that you're looking for. I'm going to link to that down below too, so that you can find out more about it if you want to. So I've learned something today. It is a little more challenging to make a video when you're out walking, mainly because I'm losing my breath. I'm not used to walking and talking so much, because I'm usually either walking alone or with my daughter who's riding ahead on her horse. So it's been a little bit of a challenge, but it's been very nice to spend the time with you. And I thank you for joining me today, and I hope that you found this video useful. And until next time, happy weaving.